It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got C.J. Stroud. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Texans and the Falcons. And it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. And so good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen up here in the booth. You know, partner, sometimes teams get off to slow starts, and that's the case for these teams we're going to see here. Both under 500. Not critical yet, but you can't wait too long to try to get this thing turned around.
And I know it sounds crazy, Mike, but here we are, and it's only October. There's a long way to go. But this feels like a really important game, and I think that was the sense that both coaches told us all week when we had a chance to meet with them. They said, we're not trying to panic. We're not trying to put the cart before the...
Here's the kicker, Harrison Mevis, out to get us started. And off we go from Houston. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by their quarterback, Greg. It is the rookie from Georgia.
There's really no way around it, Mike. I mean, let's just call it what it is. This has been a disastrous start to their season thus far. I mean, they desperately need to get a win and change some of the energy in that building, because I can assure you, I've been there before. As these losses stack up, every day becomes more and more of a drag. And then all of a sudden you get that one big win, and the spirits of the building just change overnight. They need that. Can today be that spark? Because if not, they're in for a long season.
And that's going to be incomplete, but there's a penalty flag on the field. We'll let the officiating crew sort this one out. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far,
second down,
and it draws the flag. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That'll be taken in. It's Trey Benson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. An early test to start this one. 3rd and inches. They'll try and run here with Benson. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. They are able to move the sticks. It's a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Again, it's Benson. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, it's Benson. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today, and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
And that'll give them a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
Here now, 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Stroud. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
That's fielded at about the 18. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Falcons offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. He's been solid here in the early part of the season, up amongst the NFL's leaders in passing yardage. First play of the drive, and here's Benson. And showing a little versatility as he takes this one forward up to the 34, a pickup of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. On the ground, this is Kendre Miller. And he'll work this forward to the 35. Byron Murphy there on the stop. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Now they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Benson. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. On comes the punter now. He's on for the 2nd time. We'll try to get something inside the 10. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Texans offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Stroud gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Throwing right. It's taken in. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now a give on the ground. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. They'll stick with him again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Texans going to turn things over to their field goal unit. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And this will remain a scoreless ball game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Start out with a run, and it's Benson. And he proves tough to bring down. Good running across midfield. A gain of 8 that time. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. They'll send their tight end left. He'll get this out to the left flat, and he will have the 1st down. He caught it short of the line to gain, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that 1st down. Now, faking the give. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. That catch number 40 on the season for him.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play. 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Taking off. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback. But here we are, early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
And he's shedding tacklers left and right, winding his way for a gain of 8.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort.
And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Trey Benson, touchdown Falcons. That his 1st touchdown this year. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Extra point up and good from Moody. And the Falcons will take a 7-0 lead. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Texans offense ready to get back to work. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Here's Stroud. Trying the right side. Taken in by Collins.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Throwing on second down, Stroud. On the move, past the 40. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing is Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Back to throw. Stroud. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. 7-0 is our score. And more from Houston coming up in a moment. First and 10. Here's Stroud. That is caught at the 3. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston. And that is touchdown number 1 in the National Football League career of a guy, Greg, taken high in the draft, hoping for moments like that.
When you get drafted in the 1st round, Mike, let alone as a wide receiver, the expectation in the NFL today is that you need to come in and be an immediate impact player. Plays like this continue to build that relationship with the quarterback, and I think this guy's got a real bright future.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. This will be returned from the 6. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense and running back Trey Benson getting ready for their next drive. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive. 1st and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for Atlanta. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Texans offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the 1st half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. Complete. Former 1st-round pick Drake London with the catch. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. Stroud to throw here on 1st down. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Stroud. A throw caught by Dell on the outside.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Evans.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the punter now. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And this will not turn out to be a good return. Forced backwards, and they get him out of bounds. The Falcons offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. They'll run here with Benson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They'll look to throw. Thrown left side. The catch is made. First time these two have connected this afternoon. And it'll wind up being a 1st down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. That catch number 40 on the season for him.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing now from the gun. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stroud. Oh, the ball's out. But he'll gather it back in. Well, the pressure was on there, and they do get him for the sack. Almost got a turnover out of it as well, Greg. Fortunate to keep possession.
Really fortunate, Mike. That ball ended up kind of bouncing back into a spot where the quarterback was able to fall on it, but you mentioned it. That play was very close to being a complete disaster for the offense.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
And he'll spin out of a tackle. Winds up getting about 6 yards. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. On the toss, they go with Benson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. He'll drop to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw yet again. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting.
It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. This is fielded inside the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Texans offense about ready to take over once more. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. That catch number 40 on the season for him. So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackle for the loss of a yard. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. To throw is Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now fourth down. The Texans getting all set to punt, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. He'll take this in back at the 16. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line has had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. They'll go again with Benson. Trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard. What can they do here on third down and 7? He'll look to throw. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I, back from Houston. In a moment, the Falcons send their punting unit out as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Fair catch made here, and the drive will start at the 23-yard line. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Stroud to throw. A throw on the move is caught.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Stroud going to set up to throw. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after 1st down, they find themselves in 2nd and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll run, and here's Benson. And he'll get about 4 to the 29. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. It comes with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On third down, they go with Benson. And he'll be taken down right at the 35-yard line. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The home team's offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. To throw, it's Stroud. That one knocked away and incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. It's 2nd down. A tight end in motion now. They'll go play action with Stroud. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their 2nd. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this 2nd quarter. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. On 2nd down, Stroud. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
The Texans set to punt this one away, as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. So we reach halftime, and the visiting Falcons are in the lead. We'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front. The Buccaneers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Jordan Love has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou to check on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Breece Hall, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. The former Florida State man, Trey Benson, had it going in the 1st half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I think we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. This one taken at the 7. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The home team's offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Now, Stroud. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Here's Stroud. That's complete. He's got it to London. 15-yard pickup there. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 46-yard line.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Now, Stroud. He'll get this out to his running back. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
Now 4th down.
Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Benson. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Again, it's Benson. And once again, they try the same runner. They get the same result. Back-to-back carries of no gain. Now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
The Falcons getting their punter out there as he'll take this a yard or two into his own end zone. And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they'll try to keep it going. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Third down. 3 to go.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
In motion now, it's Collins. We'll try to pick this one up on the ground.
Another carry for the running back. The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 4th and 1.
So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. Quick throw here is complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. He runs with it. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Quick throw, taken in. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw still result in a big game.
A couple of first downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10. A run with Benson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 23 yards. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. On second down, it's Benson. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Christian Harris there on the stop. Can they keep this drive rolling? Here is 3rd and inches. Mark him right on the 15, and the march continues. That is a first down picked up on the ground.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
That is caught at the 3. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Defense. Still 1st down.
So now, from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Falcons.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. 1st and goal, down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are
under
reviewed,
review.
so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board.
The kick is good. Makes the score Falcons 21, Texans 7.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. The return starts from the 5. Now an opening past the 30. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The home team's offense ready to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. From the gun, here's Stroud. He's going to run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. And he'll be taken down, but good enough to keep this drive going. It's a 1st down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Here's Stroud. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
The Texans going to turn things over to their field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And they do not cut into the deficit.
You know, the hardest part about these missed kicks, Mike, is for all the guys that work so hard to put the ball in position to come away with points. You kind of trot off the field. You're hoping that next possession has a different result.
The Falcons offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Handoff here, up the middle, and it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. So 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 3rd and 7. Now, faking the give. And that is incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and that's a gift. I mean, that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, This game looks very different for this offense.
Texans offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll operate from their own 3-yard line as they try to put something together here on this drive. It's 1st and 10. The drive will start on the ground. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Stroud. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And this is going nowhere. He's going backwards to the 4-yard line.
It's now 3rd.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And now here comes the punt team, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. That's taken in at the 50. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50 and set up the offense with a short field. The Falcons offense ready to get back at it. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season. At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Blitz coming, he'll throw it, and that is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far. They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
The Texans offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing is Stroud. Open man, he's got it. It's London. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Texans 1st down.
Stroud gonna set up to throw. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. To throw, it's Stroud. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. 2nd and a yard. Stroud to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch.
That one taken in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Mevis, good on the extra point. And the Texans draw closer here. It's 21-14. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
On the ground, it's Benson. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team. Now they'll set up to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Atlanta. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His 1st NFL touchdown. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Texans offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard.
At the 36-yard line.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now, Stroud. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Stroud. Quickly to the outside and complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll go play action with Stroud. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
They'll come up here 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead.
This is intercepted. He gets 3 inside the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Falcons. The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see, and it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum builder.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud ready to get to work once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. And after the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9.
A 2nd down throw for Stroud. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now, Stroud. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Houston.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time. And what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball. And that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
The Falcons offense getting set to get back to work, and they look to finish it off here in the fourth. This might just wash away what was a subpar performance a week ago. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again with Benson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Benson. And he's not going to get there again. Same player, same result. No gain, and now it's 4th down. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Falcons will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter. Moody comes back on the field after making the field goal. He's set to kick off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's caught right side. It's London. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. There's that man again. Another catch. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. They'll wind up giving the ball over on downs. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.